Guys, hello, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another live video. Guys, as you may have known, some of you may know that I was on live earlier today and I kind of freaked out because I was trying to make my dinner and then in the process I was trying to do the live video and I was like, you know what, forget this, I'm out. Like, I can't do the two. I cannot do the two. So I dropped out of the live video and had a little mini meltdown. And then I just finished my dinner, made it, and then ate it. And I thought, I might just go on live later. It's a bit later now, but I figured better late than never, guys. Better late than never. Um, as you can see from the title, Satan's children have everything. And we're going to dive into this because I was going to continue doing the previous video of who am I being guided by, what's guiding you, whatever topic it was, whatever title it was. But then I figured this topic might be more powerful because hello Alex Murphy, how are you? I figured this video might be interesting for someone out there. Yes, you're first. Or it might be powerful, guys. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to try and dive into this topic about why Satan's children have everything, right? And when we look at the world is Satan's world. Alex said he's falling for me. Thank you for the like. The world that we're living on, the earth, planet earth, is Satan's kingdom, right? So Satan is basically is roaming around the earth as we speak. He's listening to conversations. He's got so many people working for him. It's very exhausting. It's making everyone drained. A lot of people are not vigilant. People are not paying attention to what's really going on in the world. They're just stuck on their, I want to say these gadgets. You know what I'm talking about, the controller, right? Or they're stuck on TikTok, or they're stuck on their mobile phones, or they're stuck on addictions such as shopping, getting plastic surgery, or they're stuck on drinking alcohol, smoking weed, all these things. People are so stuck on these things that they can't see what's really happening in the world, guys. They can't see what's happening. I painted my nails as well, I'm so happy. Yeah, so they can't actually see what's going on in the world, which makes it perfect for Satan, because Satan can have his way with the world. Hi, VD33, please, I'm begging. What are you begging for? Yeah, so Satan can have his way with the world whilst everyone is distracted. Do you see my point, right? So whilst we are distracted, Satan can use us, or Satan can trick us into doing what he wants us to do, right? So right, let's begin with the world, right? So it's Saturday night, so you'll get weirdos in the chat. I shouldn't have to though, should I? I shouldn't have to, because there's plenty of websites for them to visit. I am clearly not one of them, right? Yeah, so Satan's children, guys, is Satan's children. Satan's children are perverted. They're weird, right? They've got nothing better to do. They've got no ambition in life. They've got no drive in life. They're saddos. They're the people that just harass other people. Right? No drive whatsoever, right? Yeah, so as I was saying, right, so in this world, Satan is basically ruling. He's ruling, he's taken over, and so you've got the Satan kingdom and you've got the godly kingdom. Guys, if you are any other faith, I can't relate, right? So I can't apply it to everyone's situation. I'm just going to apply it to my situation, just for the purpose of this video. So you've got two different kingdoms. So one is light. Satan's kingdom is obviously dark. So it's all the things that people, what's the word? People, I want to say reject. All the things that people disagree with, right? Satan's kingdom is everything that people disagree with. So if you are somebody that likes, I don't know, if you are someone that's full of lust, it's fun to you, but a lot of people would disagree with your behavior. Do you see the point, right? See what I'm getting at? And then you might disagree with something else that someone's doing. Satan's kingdom is like that. It's very controversial. It angers people. It upsets people. It gets a lot of, it rams up a lot of negative emotions in people. It stirs up a lot of negative emotions in people. Tariq said the thing is there are some people in the world whose identities are hidden. I'm talking about those who run countries, and those people profit and enjoy themselves at the expense of innocent peoples. Oh, this is very political. Very political. Should we try and apply this to this topic? So the thing is, there are some people in the world whose identities are hidden. There's a lot of things going on in this world. So many things are right now as we speak. So many things are going on in this world that we don't even know about. So much things are happening behind closed doors that we don't know about, and people's identities are hidden. Alex Murphy said this isn't politics because we got Jesus Christ. Oh, you're literally saying it how it is, Alex. I'm talking about those who run countries and these people profit and enjoy themselves at the expense of innocent people. So you're talking about like the elite people, the people that are running the world. It's purely because, if you think about it, men and women, right, they're not stepping up to their role in the world. So somebody's got to run the countries, right? And a lot of people, they just give up. They just accept their circumstances in life, and they just think this is it, right? They just don't try in life, and that's the problem. Yeah, I knew you was talking about war. Hi, Sonic the Hedgehog. How are you? Right. So, um, yes, Satan. This is Satan's world, and the thing is, right, when you look at the world, as I said, a lot of people are distracted, and you've got some people that are very evil, right? So the evil people are the ones that are, they know what they're doing, all right? So evil people that are roaming the earth, when they're doing their evil stuff, they know exactly what they're doing. They're obviously killing people. They're doing a lot of bad crimes, and they're aware. They're fully 100% aware of what they're doing. They're not drugged up. They know what they're doing. And then you get like the good people that are watching everybody else. You know, I can say the godly people. They're watching everybody else achieve what they want to achieve, right? They're thinking, why is everyone getting what they want? So why does Satan give everybody what they want, right? Let's talk about it. So, it's hard for me to give examples because that means I'm pointing it towards people. Oh, your grandmother was in the World War Two. That's amazing. So, if we okay, let's start with relationships, because a lot of people always tend to compare themselves to other people's relationships. Singles always look at other people's relationships and they want that, right? So when we look at the world, right, when we look at Satan giving someone a partner versus when God gives someone a partner, what happens is when someone believes in God, unfortunately, sometimes they have to wait longer than others. They have to wait for that partner to come into their life, and they have to watch everyone else getting what they want, right? And when you look at the Bible, it tells you not to envy the wicked, because obviously, I don't know the Bible verse, but I'm sure it says something about the people that are wicked, their lives, the goodness will come to an end, basically. It doesn't say goodness, but it's basically saying the things that you are envying is going to come to an end, right? The things that you are envying about them, right? So, a lot of people cheat. Well, Satan's a liar. So, when people are his child, they cheat their way to get what they want. So when you see people in relationships, some people, the way they get their partner is through lying, right? So, some people, when they court someone, they have to lie to get them, right? So they have to. What I'm trying to say is it's not genuine, right? So, for example, say if a guy sees a woman or vice versa and they really want them, they have to hide their true identity. I'm going to take Tariq's words. So they have to hide their true identity, and they have to portray themselves as the light. So someone that is a good person, right? So they portray themselves as a really good person. They tell this person everything they want to hear in order to get that partner, right? And it works. It works like a charm, right? And, you know, some people have to cheat their way to get what they want, right? So when you're envying relationships, you don't even know, number one, you don't know what's happening in that relationship. You don't know if people are fully happy. Hi, Christiana. You don't know if people are fully happy in that relationship. You don't know how toxic it is. You don't know if their needs are getting met. When I say needs, I'm not talking about sexually, I'm talking about emotionally, different aspects of their life. Are they able to live their life the way they want to, or is that partner controlling them, right? So there's a lot of aspects. When you're envying someone else's relationship, it's not always what you think it is, right? This is why we shouldn't envy people, because people have cheated their ways to get what they want. When Satan's children want what they want, they always have a hidden agenda, right? So there's a reason why they get into those relationships. Hi, AP. So when you see like, when you see, how to explain? I just literally forgot what I was going to say. So when you see, oh, that's literally slipped my mind. I was basically, I know what I last said, but I can't remember the next point I was going to say. Thank you so much for like, hi, Luke. So when you see like people getting into, all right, I remember what I was going to say now. For example, guys, have you ever come across someone that comes into your life, right? And it's like they worm their way in, but you know they're not good for you, right? Is what I'm trying to say. So you know they've got some type of like hidden agenda, and you just feel like something's off, right? This is what I'm getting at. So there's a lot of people cheating their way into people's lives, right? Because there's something hidden behind what they're trying to achieve, right? We read the comments. Yes, jealousy gets you nowhere. It literally doesn't. Um, Sonny the Hedgehog said, I read the Bible. Thank you for the emojis, guys. I read the Bible. It does have that. My friend did that and said he was rich. They shouldn't boast about that. Christiana said, just got home from work. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, how was work? Oh my gosh, Luke's saying it again. Oh, Tanya. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, so with Satan, right, when Satan's children don't get things that they want the genuine way. They don't do it the right way. They do it the crafty way, the sneaky way, right? If you watch cartoons, you always see, um, oh my gosh, and let me use Dora the Explorer as example. So if anybody's young enough to know what I'm talking about, Dora the Explorer, there's like a fox, I think. Sniper, is it Swiper? No, swiping. So Sniper or Swiper, I don't know his name. No, swiping. I think it's Swiper because it matches with swiping. So the laughing emojis. Swiper, I think he used to take stuff that he wasn't meant to take. I can't remember. So they had to get it before Swiper took it or something like that. So that's kind of what it reminds me of. Like Satan's children, they're crafty, they watch everyone's business and they have to try and take things away that you're meant to have or what somebody else is meant to have. That's why you always get like nosy people that always want to find out everyone's business. And then when they find out your business, they're trying to get their door, you know. they're, try- they're trying to they're trying to get there before somebody gets it. Like, so, for example, let me give you an example. If you're looking for a job, or if you apply for a job, right, that person would then apply for the same job, and then they'll try to get an interview before you, so they can get the job position before you do. Especially if you work in the workplace and so people are fighting for a job position, a higher one. People become crafty, don't they? That's when they're like trying cut corners and try and get that role before you do, right? So Satan's children never get things the straight way. It's always they plot and scheme to get it, right? So when you're envying people and you're thinking, why does that person have that partner? Why do they have everything? Why do they have that career? Why do they have the car? Why do they have this and blah blah blah? Stop envying the wicked. You don't know how these people got things. There's people that scam people out of money as well. They steal people's money to buy what they want. People are very crafty today. The English Dora Explorer. I know. I wish I watched Dora now to learn Spanish. She would have helped me with my Spanish, I think. Our work was okay, Christiana said. Prayers at the end was great. Oh, are you talking about when we did the prayer on that live video? That was so nice, wasn't it? I hope you're very life with Dory, you know. Oh my gosh, Christiana, why are you also saying it as well? Oh my gosh, don't jump on the bandwagon. Um, yeah, so be careful of envying Satan's children, right? So you're not supposed to envy the rich, because obviously read the Bible if you want to figure that out. I haven't read the Bible that to that extent, but I do know that it mentions things like that, like don't envy the wicked. Um, oh, the live pray for Wonder Boy. That was so sweet. I don't think Wonder Boy actually saw it. But it was like for anyone that's going through something similar. Luke said envy. It's just me. He's back. You're back again. You're back again. Literally. Yeah. So. Yeah. So. Um. When we're sitting here and we're thinking about why do all these people that don't deserve it, they get what they want, don't envy them because they cut corners to get it. They don't get it in the natural way. I don't look cute, but thank you so much, Lee. That's so sweet. They don't get things the straightforward way. I forgot there's a is it crooked way. I don't know the right phrase, the English phrase for it. I can't remember it. um you've missed everything. It's just me. You've missed everything. They don't get things the right way. They will get information first from different sources, and they start plotting what they need to do. This is why when you see like people scamming people and stuff like that, they've done their research on you, or they've done the research on the people around you to find out how I can do this. The thing is, the scary thing is, I'm not an expert on murderers, but you can probably guarantee that a murderer, they usually murder someone that they're close to, because they're already familiar with who knows who, and they can like kind of like blend in with that family or with the group of friends. They can blend in better because no one will suspect it's them, and then they can easily get information when they've done the murder. They can find out from people when they're telling them, oh, this is what's happened, that's what's happened. So don't envy people. I hope you said that's dangerous. Shake my head. Yeah, don't envy people. When you got people in your circle, you don't even know what people's intentions are. You don't even know what their intentions are. Luke said you missed everything. Oh, not these comments again. It's just me. Not today. Um, oh my goodness, it doesn't take you long to start, does it? Right, so yeah, so Luke said, oh, some students are online guys get put. You know, some students now are being very rude to teachers. I'm scared to be a teacher. Kids are really rude now. It's just me always making you smile for the wrong reasons. You're making me smile for the wrong reasons. Um, you have to keep your circle very small sometimes. Yes, unfortunately, you have to. But people can find information out from your circle. Because I do remember a girl, she found out information about me because a guy that was on my Facebook friends, they were mutuals. So she wasn't on my Facebook. Wait, she was. I think she was. I don't know if she was on my Facebook. But for some reason, I knew that we both shared like one mutual friend in common, and I worked with him at the time, and he gave her information about me. So when she saw me, she asked me about updates on something that I never ever told her in my life, and I was like, "Wow, you actually know that." So people can get information about you that way. If they see who's on your friends or contact lists on social media, they can then message them about you, and they can get it that way, and you'll never know that they've gained that information, just so you guys know. um Luke's just joking around. Thanks for the emojis, guys. um Alex Murphy said drastically changed from speaking about God to Facebook. I am so random. I'm so random. But it all ties in, doesn't it? Because it's like what's happening in the world, people getting information about people. That's how people work. You don't know, guys. There's probably people seeking that information about you right now. You always see people asking someone's mom or father about their child, guys. This is very common. People go, how are you? How's your kids? They do this a lot, and then they dig further. They go, is your child working? Are they doing this? Are they married? Guys, people are digging as we speak. They're working for somebody to get information on you, right? People are talking about you in rooms you don't even know that they're talking about, right? There's people actually gathering together in rooms talking about you, and you don't even know it. They're getting your Facebook up and they're going, oh, look, this is what they're doing. This is what they look like now. Look at their wedding photos. Look at the baby they've got. People are doing this, guys. When you're putting all your business on social media, thank you so much for like you're putting your actual child's photos on there. You're putting your wedding photos. You're putting your graduation pictures. You're putting your inside your house, and people are looking at it. Guys, people sit down discussing your life, and you don't even know it. And they're waiting for the updates. They're literally on your page, waiting for you to post, right? People do this, and they actually gather a lot. Social media makes it so much easier now for people to gather information, and if someone doesn't like you, they can still find that information about you because people will talk it to the wrong people, right? You're not in that room to say, don't speak about this in front of that person because that person doesn't like me. You're not even there to defend that. Those people are going to be listening, right? And they're getting dirt on you. They're getting information on you, right? Amy said, Amy said those people are waking up and time to blood clots. The devil works overtime, right? My church actually said, when you're not rising up early, right, and speaking the word of gospel over your life, the enemy has already woken up early speaking a word concerning you. So putting curses on you with words, right? The enemy's already woken up early and spoken a word. You should be waking up early to speak a prayer over your life and blessings into your life, but you've got people that are already speaking curses about you. Guys, you can curse people with your mouth. It's very easily done. It happened in the Bible. Noah cursed Ham and his generations, right? And his generation down. So the tribe of Ham, they're cursed. So you can easily curse people with your mouth. If someone says you'll never have this, they've just put a curse on you, right? So it's not always spells, it's also with the power of tongue. So if somebody's somebody could be getting up early and speaking a curse about you, but you haven't even got up and prayed yet at this point. So they always say wake up early. This is to myself as well. You got to wake up early to beat the enemy, right? When you're chilling and you're thinking that you don't need to pray, you don't need to do this, Satan's children are already creating covenants against you, and they're already building the bridges. They're already talking negative about you and saying you'll never achieve this, especially how you're putting your life on your business on social media, or you're telling everyone your business about what you're going to do next. They're waking up chatting you and saying that they're never going to achieve this, right? And then you see everything come crashing down because you're not connecting with the Most High when you're waking up. You're not even doing that. You're just waking up and thinking, oh, today's another day, and just doing your everyday tasks and not thinking that spiritually there's attacks, right? There's a lot of comments in here, guys. I'm going to read the comments. Alex, my man, how's you doing? Oh, God, I just read that comment out. It's not even for me. These people have a sad existence. They're working for Satan. That's the job of Satan. So Satan has to destroy lives. Fortunately, he kills, steals, and destroys. So he kills people. He kills them spiritually. That's what happened to Eve when she ate from the wrong tree. She died spiritually. Steal. They steal from people. So stealing people's partners, stealing people's lifestyles, and then someone else has got your lifestyle, identity theft, and kill, steal, destroy. Yeah, destroy your life. So when you see someone come into your life, Satan's child, your life is turned upside down. You get involved with the wrong partner, and they literally trash your life upside down. They destroy you. They take away your family from you, where your family starts hating you. These things happen, guys. You know, there's actually people in relationships and they can't even talk to their family because of their partner, because their partner doesn't get on with their family members, right? And then they have to choose their partner. Unfortunately, well, they can't get their sexual needs met, so they've got to stick with the partner, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, who do you choose? Your family or your partner? Clearly, your partner, because you need to get your needs met, right? This is real, guys. Guys, people will be choosing their partner over their best friend because obviously the best friend ain't going to be giving you your sexual needs. Because remember, people are in the flesh, so they're going to choose that toxic person because they need to get their needs met. But they're not thinking about the long run. The people are thinking about the pleasures now. Like how Alex Murphy said, focus on just today. When you focus on just today, your lust or your pleasures or your desires of the world, it means chaos will come in the future because you'll lose everything, and then that person will just destroy your life and they'll probably leave you as well, and then you'll be on your own, and then you've got a lot of work to do to make up to those people. In the comments, last time I was and I became a father. All right. Guys, what are you talking about? Oh my god. I took my partner to Five Guys and she came back pregnant. It was nice. What am I reading, guys? What am I reading? I hope you guys scary shut my head. Yeah, because as I said in the beginning of this video, obviously you wasn't here. There's a lot of things that we can't see spiritually that is actually happening in this world. We can't actually see everything that's actually happening, unfortunately, because people are so drugged up. People are stuck on addictions. People are smoking, drinking, playing on their controller, or they're on their phones 24/7 on social media, on TikTok. Everyone's distracted, right? So because they're so distracted, they can't actually see what Satan's actually doing on this earth. Best friend can put a finger up there as much. I can't believe I just read that. It's just me. I thought you was thinking. I thought you were talking about the middle finger. I just realized. Oh my gosh, spiritual warfare. It's real. It's very real. Um. So when we're sitting here and thinking, oh, that person has friends. Oh, I don't have any friends. That person has this. That person has that. They have the perfect partner, the kids, everything. We don't know what's going on in people's lives. We don't know if that friend is stabbing them in the back. We don't know anything, right? There's people that are, as I said, there's people that scheming their way into people's lives, right? Right now as we speak, there's killers, right? Potential actual killers befriending someone right now as we speak, and they're monitoring them. They're thinking, right, this person's vulnerable. This person would be a perfect candidate to kill. So we don't know what Satan has on his agenda. We don't know when Satan's going to send the killer to us. I'm not trying to put you guys in fear. We don't know when Satan's going to send that cheating partner our way, right? Somebody that doesn't even believe in God, right? And this person is a Satan worshipper. And the only way Satan will tell them, just pretend you believe in God, right? So Satan might send me a man that believes in God, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I found the man of my dreams. Like, I'm like, he tells me everything I want to hear. He believes in God. And then two twos, he turns out to be a psychotic killer, right? Guys, you see it all the time, right? If you watch like media, the news and stuff, you always see that people get married to someone and that person switches up quick time, right? So clearly that there wasn't like that in the beginning, and then people like to gaslight that their victim and say, well, why didn't they see the red flags? Guys, when Satan's got someone coming your way, there's not going to be red flags that are obvious, right? Because as we know, everybody's flawed, because Christians like to preach about everyone's sins. So because they say everyone sins, when the devil comes your way, you're going to be like, oh, everyone sins, no one's perfect. You need a partner that is aiming to be perfect, guys. Because it ain't about being with a partner and you both backslide, right? So let's be real. If you are someone that's trying to get into heaven, you need to be with someone that is aiming for the same. I watched a video that talks about when you meet a partner that God has assigned for you, you both will be in sync spiritually. You're both going to have the same spiritual mission. You're both going to have the same hearts for God. You're going to be proper in sync. It's going to be really divine, right? Connected. apparently. Obviously, I don't have a testimony for that, but I do know when I've met people that are not for me. I'm very clever now. Like when I meet guys, I know that there's no future with them straight up. I've got a checklist in my head. I'm just like, nah. Um, but obviously Satan still tries it. It's just me so friends for life. Oh my gosh, I forgot that Alex and it's just me is like this. I forgot you two are like two devils together. Alex said I don't fear death. Yeah, the saying snakes in the grass. Oh yeah, I haven't heard that phrase in years. Obviously I would have been a child when I heard that phrase. So I wouldn't truly understand it, you know. Voice Christiana saying that. And that's what I called equally yoked. Equally yoked. Yeah, definitely. Equally yoked. Please John, say my business up with someone else, please. Oh my gosh, guys. So, as you can see from the title, Satan's children have everything, right? And as you can see, I've just literally highlighted the fact that in order for them to have everything, they've got to cheat and lie their way into it, right? There's a lot of people, right? That get in relationships, right? So, for example, let's use a man. So, a man sees this really beautiful woman and he's like, she's mine, right? And he gets her, but he doesn't treat her with value. He doesn't treat her with class. He makes her life a living hell. But he makes sure that she doesn't leave him, right? And this is what I'm talking about, cheating your way into someone's life. You know for a while you don't want that person, right? And you're stopping them from meeting the partner that they're meant to be with, and you're literally gatekeeping that person. You're literally sent by the enemy. You're sent by the enemy, right? So this is what Satan does. Satan will send a distraction your way, and it works. It works. Um, so when he's sending someone that person's way, this is how Satan's children have everything, because they have like many choices on this earth, right? If a man is fired up for Satan and he wants you know what, right? And he goes out and he's like, right, I'm gonna get a woman, right? They call it opportunities, right? There's like, I'm gonna get a woman. This is how people prey on people. So he's looking at all the women walking on the street and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go to a club, right? And then he starts like being a creep in the background, stand up against the wall and starts looking at all these women, but he's got really bad intentions in his mind, right? And he's like, right, I'm gonna get someone, right? This is how a lot of people are trained by Satan, so they're just like all photo like, yeah, I'm gonna get someone today. They're like that. And then it's actually quite sick. Sorry guys, if there's any guys on here that are very lustful, I do apologise, but this is how Satan gets in your head. So you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get me a bit of that, and you're just looking at all these women up and down, and they're like, oh, creep. Because women, we have this intuition where we just know that it's just not normal, right? There's some men that if they look at me, I'm like, ew. Like I'm just like, I just know it's like a creepy look, right? So at this point, the men that are doing this, they can't even read body language, right? This is how you get rapists. So they can't read body language. They can't see that these women don't really want it, right? So anyone would do at this point, right? That's how lust works. Hello, Wonderboy, how are you? Anyone would do at this point. I'm so sorry you walked in at this point of the conversation. So anyone would do at this point, right? And then he finds a girl that is too vulnerable to even say no. She might be very drunk, and he's like, yeah, this one's mine. And he hangs on to her. And then obviously some of her friends see that she's in danger and they pull her away. And he's like, right, let's get somebody else before the night ends. This is literally how it is. This is how Satan's children get what they want, because they go for all the opportunities in the world, right? Any opportunity that comes their way, they strike at it. They're on fire for it. And Satan's very clever, right? Satan's very clever because if he knows, right, if he joins people together, right, based on sin, he joins them together and he's like, you go for that person. And if you are in your flesh, if you are still in your flesh, guys, he will send that person that matches that sin for you, and that's how you sin, right? So that's how Satan's children get everything that they want, right? You always see these guys that are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna smash that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and they find the woman, guys. They actually find the woman because they don't stop. Whether they go on people's Instagram, start DMing women with thirsty comments, guys. It's so sad how this happens. You know how many conversations God, sorry. You know how many conversations I've had with women and we are bashing men. We are literally like, her, he's so weird. He goes in my DMs. We do this because it's so thirsty and so creepy. I don't think men understand that their lust is not even good, right? I hope that sounds like just me. Oh my gosh. Is a tap. Oh my god, what are you guys talking about? Tap dripping? Yeah, blocking their blessings, literally. Happy your next. Wonder Boy, how are you? How are you? That live yesterday that we did was so amazing. I don't know if you're still here. Um, his comments are actually funny. It's just me say, oh banter, no drama here, Chris. Hold on, doing drama, bro. You guys are actually really funny on these comments, literally. I could be having a rant about something, you guys are talking about something completely different. So funny. Yeah. So I was just envying my nails, guys. I love my nails. Like I actually love them. They're all like different lengths, but I don't care. They're actually really cool. I actually just painted them, well, an hour ago, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna paint my nails. That's why I'm so late. Um, Not bad, thanks. Got a couple of tellies mended today, and then had a game of. You can mend TVs, really? That's amazing. Oh, Monopoly. I haven't played that in years. I haven't actually played an actual game in 1,000 years. I actually miss playing games. I think the last game I played, um, well, I played the quiz, but I mean, actual game. I think the last game I played was Candy Crush, I think. You meant Teletubbies. Chris said I love Monopoly. Right, so back to the topic, guys. Um, so when you see Satan's children having everything, but you don't have it, you don't have nothing, right? Oh, Connect Four is so good. I actually love Connect Four as well. I loved winning that game. I used to do the diagonal. Like I loved when I kept building the diagonal and no one could see what I was doing. I used to love that. I used to sneakily go. I used to love doing that. And then when people try and build, you just do the diagonal with them, like on top of what they're doing to block them from getting the four. And then when I see them do, or when I see them doing a three, I block it with the four. Yeah, the diagonal. Oh, I miss playing Connect Four. Yeah, so yeah, so the reason why Satan's children always get what they want, right? It may not be great what they get, just so you know. It might not be great. They're forcing themselves into relationships where there's a lot of misery, chaos. Anything that Satan gives you is not great. Just so you let me just highlight that. Anything that Satan gives you, you have to fake it. You have to fake it. When you see a lot of couples on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, what other apps? When you see them on there posting up their little selfies together, all loved up, kissing and stuff like that, it's fake. It's actually fake. People will post things up just after having an argument and being like, I love you, boo, under the caption, right? It's fake, guys. It is fake. Not every relationship is what it seems. Relationships are meant to have ups and downs, guys. They're meant to be toxic. Well, I shouldn't say that on here, should I? It's going to have toxic elements, let's be honest, right? It's going to be a bit of clash, right? But if it's too toxic, run. But it's going to have something to it. But social media likes to glamorize perfect family portraits, right? Where everyone's all smiles and love and happiness, and you see the engagement ring, you see everything, the wedding pictures is all love. And then people that romanticize relationships, they're like, oh, I wish I had that. Literally, guys, literally. So when you're envying this, and if it's Satan's child, they've wormed their way into that person's life, and they've probably love bombed them, they tried to get married to them, and then everyone's envying it because that person that's with that partner, they're not really happy. So because they're not really happy, they have to then put it online as, look at what I've got, because that's what they've always wanted. Satan knows what you want sometimes, because when you're saying out loud what you want, if you're saying you want a partner, they're going to send that partner your way, and then you snatch it up because you're like, oh, I just want a partner, maybe this is a person for me, and then you jump at the opportunity, and then that person's hell. But because you finally get what you want, you've got to showcase it to the world and be like, yeah, I've got a partner now. When you see people boasting about what they've got, I bet it's not what it seems, right? So this is why Satan's children always get what they want, because they don't wait. Guys, in this world, we have to learn to wait for things. But they don't wait. They jump on it. When you see someone really chasing someone, there's a reason why they're chasing you and pursuing you. They're pushing for it. They're pushing for it. Why? They know it's not working, but they're still pushing for it. We have to wait, and when you believe in God, you have to wait longer, because unfortunately in this world a lot of people are still functioning under Satan's operation table, and God can't give you someone that's not even in alignment with him. So because there's a lot of people that believe in God, but then they start going back to addictions, they turn away from God and they go back to addictions, God's like, no, they're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready for this person. And that's how people end up single for longer. Or their potential partner could be married to someone and they can't get out of that toxic marriage. This is why you don't rush love. You don't rush to get married. You don't rush to do all these things, because the thing that's meant to be for you has to then wait. Right, because you've rushed. Guys, my internet just disconnected and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I was like, what's going on? Because my internet's on, but it just said reconnecting. One sec. Let me just turn my data off. Hopefully my internet stays on now. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying now, but yeah, we're supposed to wait. When you see people not really giving their life to God, right, and they're not surrendering to him, applies to me as well. I'm trying to work on it. So when you're not giving your life fully to God, God will give you blessings, right? He does, right? But if there's someone that you're meant to get married to and you're both not in alignment with God, you're both not working for God, he can't put you together yet until you guys have surrendered to him, unfortunately. This is why a lot of people are single for way too long, right? He needs people to be fully surrendered to him if he's going to join them together as a union. He's not going to put a godly man with someone that is not a woman that's not ready for that yet. It makes no sense. You have to be equipped. He prepares you first before you meet that person. Yeah, thank you for the hearts. So when you see people envying the wicked, they're like, why do they have marriage? Why do they have everything? Because those people have cheated the way to get it. Some people actually get together. Hope this doesn't attack anybody on this live video, but some people get together because they're both rejects, so nobody wants them, so they just get together. Some people actually do that. Because they believe it's now or never. You get some people that make deals with each other and they say, if we're not in a relationship in the next 10 years, let's just hook up. Some people actually do this because nobody wants to wait. We need to learn to wait in this world, guys. Thank you for the hearts. We need to learn to wait, because good things come to those who wait. If you keep rushing life, how are you going to get what you're meant to have, what's for you, if you keep rushing it? So, for example, say if I want to get a partner, thank you for the hearts. If I want to get a partner now and I go out and I'm like, right, let's get him. Guys, I couldn't get a relationship. I couldn't actually get a relationship. I didn't know what's wrong with me. I was like, why does nobody want to be in a proper relationship with me? Obviously, I kept rejecting guys that offered that, and I was just like, nah, I don't want them. And then I literally did something bad, guys. I actually connected with Satan's workers, right? The tarot cards. I connected with that. I love how the heart stopped when I said that. I connected with Satan's workers, and I was researching, how do I get a boyfriend? How do I get a boyfriend? And I actually got one through the manifestation of Satan. So when I got that relationship, it was hell. It was freaking hell, guys. It was actually hell. And the fact that I was still trying to romanticize it, I was like, yeah, I've got a partner. I didn't upload pictures, but I would put it on my story and blur his face out. But I was just like, yes, I've got someone. But it wasn't feeling right. Inside, it was just not feeling right. It was just not flowing naturally. And you want your life to flow naturally. Just like if you get a job, you apply for many jobs and this job happens to want you, thank you for the hearts. That's natural, isn't it? You haven't cheated your way to get the job. You haven't gave the manager money and said, can you hire me? You're not plotting and scheming. Guys, if people are actually out here doing that, giving people money so they can get a job, paying the manager and saying, can you hire me? Right? That is cheating, guys. That's cheating. You're not doing things a natural way, or you're taking away someone's destiny. Someone's probably meant to be in that job and you've stole someone's destiny away. Because Satan is a destiny stealer. He is. He steals people's destinies. If you're out here being with someone that you truly don't want, get the hell out of that person's life and let them be with their true partner. Stop stealing someone's lifestyle, right? Thank you for the hearts. Oh, only me sending you my heart. It's just me. You're so funny. Hi, Jim Smith. How are you? Right, there's a lot of comments here. I'm so old school. Worms is awesome. I'm so old school. I don't know what Worms is. Wonderbook, I'm saying, Chris, I'm old as F. Misery loves company. Sad to say, shake my head. That's why it's not good to complain. When you're complaining, you're blocking your blessings. There's actually verses about it in the Bible that when you do complain, it's not actually a good thing to do. You're literally costing what God gave you. My friend, I told her to stop saying, because she kept telling me, she said, thank you for the hearts. My friend said that she wishes she'd never had children. I said, God actually gave you children. You're cussing your blessings. It doesn't matter how bad the children are. They're still a blessing, guys. They're still a blessing. There's people married and cussing out that they're married. They're like, oh, I don't like my husband. It's a blessing that you've got a husband. There's people that are alone and sad and they want to be married. Last time I played Connect 4. You got what? It's just me saying we've got a great relationship, ain't we, Tanya? If relationship is totally normal, something's wrong to an extent. Yeah, or maybe the person's in another relationship. That's why the relationship is normal. Thank you so much for the like. Chris Jonathan Lemons. Jim Smith. Why'd you get your... I don't have an OnlyFans. I don't have that, Jim Smith. I don't know where you got that from. Boast about you, Tanya, so what's not good about you? I wish I felt that way about myself. It's just me. I hope you responded to Jim Smith. It's just because she's on her. Where do I find that? I'm really not on that site. Come on, guys. Oh, it's just me, guys. You keep saying thanks, so I'm sending you more. So cute. Sister and AP, I'm gonna get some sleep. Super tight. Mwah. Have a good night. Oh my god, it looks so good with blowing my kiss with these nails. Oh. Yeah, I hope you have a good night's sleep. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I actually appreciate you guys for being here. Actually, thank you for the hearts. 7 likes, that's amazing. So when we're being envious of Satan's children, we don't know number one, we don't know the hidden agenda behind that whole reunion or whatever's going on in that connection or that career. We don't know the hidden agenda. Number two, that person obviously cheated their way into it. People are cheating their way into a lot of things. When you see people lying just to get into your life, be careful of that. Be careful of that. That's how you get scammed and stuff like that, or whatever people want to do. All the regulars in tonight. Not all of them though. Not everyone's here. Yeah, that's what they like to do. They like to scheme, plot, and there's people that's actually find out information about your life. So not only are they lying and getting their way into places, they're also watching other people's business and they find out information on you, right? So Satan doesn't like to wait. Satan likes to rush things. He doesn't like to give you a chance to figure out who this person is. So this person will start pressuring you and trying to force you into the relationship. They will say, I ain't got much time left. It's either now or never. Do you want to be with me or not? Right? They will rush it, right? So don't let anyone pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do, right? Don't make anyone force you into the relationship if you don't want a relationship. And if you do want a relationship, if this person is pushy, don't be so desperate that you jump at the opportunity. Set your boundaries. Thank you for the hearts. You've got to keep your guard up. I agree. Alex said when I met my partner, she was like that character from Sesame Street that slept in the garbage bin. Oh, damn. I've been a lightweight lately. I haven't been regular, but I'm back. Oh, you're back. You're back. It's just me. Where you been all this time? Mm? Yeah, AP's right. You've got to keep your guard up. Sometimes it's hard though, because if you're vulnerable in life, we have our weak phrases in life. If we've lost a loved one, or if we're at our lowest point in life, some of these people might come in to support us and be the light of the world. But at the same time, as they're being the light of the world, they're also taking something from you. So be very mindful of that. Unfortunately, not everybody has families to support them. Some people end up vulnerable where it's just them and they take any help they can get because Satan's going to come at that opportunity, unfortunately, which is sad. Trying to find you and then I thought YouTube. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, so we have to be very mindful of that. I took her in and looked after her. She now has a job in my house, cleaning, cooking, and washing. So she's good. Sounds like a housewife. Yeah, so, as I said, we shouldn't envy other people. We don't know how bad their life is or how good their life is. We don't know anything. They're just choosing what they want to show us. If you stick around that person's life, if you go to the house or whatever, you might start to see the flaws. Have you ever noticed that when you actually do go to someone's house and you see how the family members are all toxic with each other and you're like, wow, I thought you guys were nice to each other. This is what I'm talking about. Not everything is what it seems, right? Alex said she ain't cleaning. Well, nobody kissed my teeth. No, AP is on about his partner. He said my name in it, but he's not on about me. He's on about his partner. Everything ending is a woman's job. So yes, cleaning, washing, cooking, and many more. I'm not saying anything to that. Oh, AP goes, I'm joking. AP goes, I'm joking. Yeah, so there's loads I wanted to say on this topic, right? The thing is, I had this conversation with someone and they were like, why do all the women that are bad and they sleep around, why do they get like the perfect husband? And I said, you don't know what that marriage or relationship is like. You don't know. Just because it seems all good, that person could be bossy. We don't know. It's just me said you got a dirty mind, you girl. It's not even me. I know what you're like. That's why I thought that. I know what you're like. Oh my goodness. Number one fan was a no show in here yesterday. Nothing but good words for you, ex-Tanya. Right, so to answer the question, why does Satan's children have everything? It's because they're jumping at every opportunity. They're stealing somebody else's job, somebody else's woman, somebody else's partner, somebody else's everything, right? There's people you can be friends or you can know someone. I'm going to use somebody's story. There's someone that I know. I'm not going to bait it out too much, right? So there's someone I actually know and they said that, you know, because, okay, there's two guys and one girl, right? So guy number one used to talk to the girl, right? But there was nothing going on. So guy number two saw this and he got with her, to get the point. So he got with her and they're married now. What I'm trying to say is there's people actually, do you know what? This is so crazy because I've been through a similar situation. How people are trying to steal what they think somebody else is supposed to have. When I was at college, this is a good one. When I was at college, I was 16, right? When I was 16. So when I was 16, guys, I did dance. It was amazing. And there was this girl that I was friends with, right? And how do I explain this story? So she told me, she said there was this girl that she knew in college as well, and she said I used to go to school with that girl, and we kind of had a clash at primary school because I went out with the guy that she liked or something like that, right? No, it wasn't that. They had a clash because that girl, okay, the girl that was my friend, she said that the other girl went out with a guy that she had a crush on or something like that. Or it could have been that she went out with the girl had a crush on this guy and she went out with him. I can't remember which way it was, but she told me that, right? And I thought, so I kept it in my head, right? So there was this guy, because we were like, I was never a girl that was popular with guys. I was always like the ugly one, right? Well, I thought I was ugly because I didn't think any guys actually fancied me. They didn't tell me that they fancied me, so I always felt like I was ugly. I felt like I wasn't pretty enough, right? So, that could have been God protecting me, stopping men from coming to me, but whatever. So we used to hang out with guys. So there was like me and two other girls, and then we also spoke to other girls, but we were all like a clan. We were like really cool. We were the cool kids in that college, right? And there was loads of guys and there was girls, and we were all doing like the batchment dancing. It was so fun. I'd be shaking my bumper in the college canteen, right? And with this other girl, it was so funny because we were just young and we were enjoying ourselves, right? And yeah, so there was this guy, right, and we became friends, right? So when we met, we were the same age. And I was like, you're the same age as me? We had the same birthday. He literally threw me up in the air. I was like, oh my gosh, we're birthday, we're twins. And I remember he threw me up in the air, and the teacher was like, Tanya, get down. And I was thinking, how can I get down? Because I'm like being thrown up. And my friend was laughing about it. She was like, how can you get down? How can you get down? I said, exactly. So we were born on the same day. Both our moms had birthdays close to us. So my mom's birthday is very close to mine, and his mom's birthday was close to and we were like, because I believed in star signs then, so we were calling each other Leos, right? We were the Leo twins, right? Everything was the same, right? So that girl was watching, the girl that was my friend, right? I would say roughly like 2 weeks after she started dating him, right? And I was like, how was she dating him? It was so weird because like we were all friends and there was no connection. But I remember talking to my mom about it and she said, I believe that she dated him because she thought you guys liked each other. And it made sense. It clicked into my brain. And my mom said that when I told her about the story, she's like, yeah, she definitely went for him because she thinks that you liked him. And that's crazy to me because even though we didn't like each other, I didn't actually like him like that. We were genuinely friends. There was no connection, nothing. Like he didn't feel nothing for me. Well, I hope he didn't. But there was nothing. We were just friends. Like we'd see each other, be like hi, like normal. There was no like butterflies, anything, nothing, right? But she went out with him. When she went out with him, she would still hang out with me and my friend, but she was distant. She was very clingy to him. She was very clingy to him. If we hanged out with her in the canteen, she'd be kissing him on the table. It was so awkward. And then slowly she just started to pull away. She didn't go on the school trips with us or anything. And then our friendship kind of just like fizzled out. But they're not together now. But when I think back to it, I was like, she was talking about that girl. But I think I think what happened was she was talking about who she is. So I think she stole that girl's crush or something like that. I think that's the order. I think she went out with the girl's crush, and that's why they kind of had a misunderstanding. And I think she was trying to do the same to me. But this is what I'm talking about. People will, have you got shaking it yet? What I'm trying to say is, people will take your partner from you before you can get them. That's what I talk about, like destiny thieves, identity theft. That some people copy who you are to try and get someone. This is real. Hi T, how are you? Let them have each other, kiss my teeth. Alex Murphy said, "What sort of dance?" So it's a Jamaican dance where they um they move their hips or ass or whatever you want to call it. But I was doing all that in the canteen with this other girl. It was so funny. It was actually so funny. We'd be playing the music on our phones because back then you could play music on your phones, but it was mainly like you had to download music because obviously this is like back in the day. Oh, this is when I was a teenager, so you could download the music on your phone. You could play it. There wasn't YouTube on your phones then. No, you couldn't get YouTube on your phones then because you would either have an MP3 player, like something like that. But I think back then people would play the ringtones out loud on their phones. That's how old it was. Yeah. It's just me, it's the time you can definitely move, I'll tell ya. Yeah, I used to dance a lot. I used to dance really well. I used to dance really well. I give myself credit for that. Alex Murphy, guys, we've gone from God, Facebook, Connect Four, no school crush. Praise the Lord. I hope you guys shaking it, yeah. I remember that from college to Tanya. We didn't hit it off though. How come? It's just me. Two goes wow. I hope you guys let them have each other. They're not together now though. Alex goes, I've never seen a Jamaican dance. Show me. Come on, everyone's seen a Jamaican dance. What was the phone tone? Nokia 3410. No, because I remember I had a flip phone. The phones that you flip open. But I do remember I could download music. But it wasn't me playing the music from my phone. It would have been my friend or somebody. I'm guessing you could use. I don't know if people had speakers then though. I can't remember how. I don't know how we played the music. I don't know if we had a little speaker. I can't remember back then. But I know it would have been from the phones, definitely. Because people used to download music back then. Yeah. I remember I used to, it wasn't iTunes then because iPhones wasn't out then. So it would have been like you could get those. I remember BearShare. You could download music off BearShare. Yeah, the MP3 players. Yes. Yes. Couldn't go anywhere without that. Like, I always had to listen to my music when I used to be out and about. I used to download a playlist and have the little shuffle. Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah, so that was a little story. It makes me. Yeah, I remember the Walkman when you couldn't move it because the CD's playing. You don't want to make the CD jump. I remember my mom. I don't know if I should say this on here. When my mum used to attach the Walkman to the actual the car, right? And I had to hold it like this and not shake the CD, just so it would play smoothly. That's so funny. Bear share, man. That's going back some literally. I found which one was it? It wasn't Bear Share, it was a different one. On one of those downloading sites, I accidentally downloaded Corn. I remember I downloaded it right and I saw Corn for the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know what saw. I was like, I was so shocked. I was like, what the hell's this? And I was like, that looks so weird. Oh my gosh, guys. I remember LimeWire. I remember Kaza. Is that how you pronounce it? She's old as Wonder Boy. Oh, don't call me old. Excuse you. LimeWire. I literally did because I put what it was. I put in a song right, and I accidentally downloaded something that was like saying Ebony something right, and I didn't know right. Did someone just click like because I talked about Corn? Guys, thank you so much for like. It was Napster right back in the day. I remember Napster. Amy's got the popcorn. Don't make me laugh. Do not make me laugh. I wish that didn't happen though, because I think that was so wrong for me to discover that at that age. I remember like being really confused about what I was watching. Obviously, I knew what was going on, but like, I remember being confused. I was like, huh, that's weird. Yeah, but I still watched it anyway. You guys, How is this being talked about on here? How is it? Oh my gosh. That's so bad. Actually, it's good awareness because so anyone that's a parent, just so you know, it's very easy for a child to accidentally come across stuff like that. So be very mindful of that. It's so dangerous. The internet's so dangerous, and the fact that that's on the music thing where you can download music that should not have been on there. That's so wrong. Easily done, yes, Wonder Boy, it's easily done. But I was freaking scarred by seeing that. I was just like, I remember seeing it and thinking, what's going on here? But you're gonna still watch, aren't you, as a child? You're gonna still watch. I was a teenager, obviously, but you're gonna still watch. But it's so sad that innocent children have to come across content like this. That's why I don't like Instagram, things like that, because with Instagram, there's a lot of things on there that shouldn't be on there. Do you know what's going on? It's nasty word, but you're curious when you're young. Yeah, you're curious, but I actually didn't like what I was seeing. I was really scarred by it. I was just like, what the heck? Yeah. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. I hate the internet for that reason because I do worry when I see kids on there, especially if kids got Snapchat. Like when my siblings had Snapchat, I was so worried because I would see the feed and I was like, this is not appropriate for children. It's very disgusting. It's very perverted. And the thing is, like, the people that run the internet, they know that there's content like this on there and they put it everywhere now that it's easy for children to access it. So as we're speaking, there's children that's being exposed to like things they shouldn't see, and it's so sad. They've changed it all now, haven't they? You literally need a passport to watch adult stuff. Yeah, you need like ID, but I mean like to use Instagram, you can access corn on there as well. Let's be real. I get like DMs of people like of bots sending me naked pictures of women and saying, "Watch this clip." Because I do not. No, it was on the news. I'm not trying to back up Wonder Boy, but it's literally on the news now because what's gonna happen is Wonder Boy's no idea. No, because apparently the internet's gonna get locked off eventually, and you won't be able to access it unless you've got digital ID. So it's gonna be people won't be able to travel unless they use their fingerprint. It's gonna all change soon. It's gonna be very different. You won't be able to get into shops unless you've got a QR code on your phone. It's gonna get very technical, and then soon it's gonna be the microchip. If you don't take the chip, you won't be able to use the internet. It's going to get really. They're slowly. This is how they do it by just getting people to upload their documents. Eventually, you'll have a digital ID. Eventually, be all the microchip, and not everyone's going to access everything, right? On Facebook, you gotta have a pin to access your old messages. I think that's weird as well. Definitely, you can do Face ID as well. I've done it now. I wanted to read something on Reddit, and they were like, "Oh, you got to be over 18." Me, like an idiot, I actually showed my face. I had to turn it to the left, right, just so they could see that I'm definitely over 18. And they've got my face on there now. It was over that on my passport. I was not uploading my passport. Mark up, please. I'm not gonna say it out loud just in case the AI can send it over and say this video is about that, and then they get information on me. Yeah, you need a pin for your old Facebook chats. They say that because never show your face. Yeah, to go to Europe now, if you're in the UK, to go to Europe, you gotta. I think you have to scan your your fingerprint. And I think you have to do a face ID recognition or something like that. Yes, to get into the EU. Was it worth showing your face to watch it? Are you talking about me? It wasn't to watch, it was to read a forum board. It wasn't even freaking worth it. It wasn't even actually worth it. I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting to read. It was not worth it. No face, no case. No labels. Joking, or am I? Hello, official Ren. Thank you for the like. Yeah, so that's where we are. So there's a lot going on in this world. And as I said, people are so distracted that a lot of people, you know what's so sad? A lot of people are zombies now. That they don't even realise the hidden agenda of this world. They don't see what's going on. And you try and talk to them and they look at you and they laugh. They're like, that's not gonna happen. Guys, when you realise, when you try and get on the internet and you can't get on without uploading your passport and stuff like that, and if you ain't got a microchip, you ain't getting on. The internet's gonna be locked off soon. They're gonna lock it off. You won't be able to get on unless you take that chip. There's way too much going on. When you see them saying there's going to be digital passports as well. I can't say the word digital. There's going to be digital bus passes as well. So they're trying to make everything online, and then eventually you've got to you won't be you're gonna have to take the chip to access these things. They're slowly training you for it, right? They're slowly training people, and then eventually it's going to be like the new norm. You're going to be like, oh yeah, well, it doesn't matter, I've already put my passport on there, so I might as well just take the chip. Right, so hey guys, I guess my internet days are numbered. Don't worry about the internet, it's fine. It won't, I don't think it will happen yet. It's not going to happen yet, but slowly. Come on, if I'm going on a forum board and I have to do a face ID thing, it's going to be, before you know it, I think they're going to do it for Facebook and Instagram, that you're going to have to you're going to have to show your face or something, or upload your passport. I don't think that's right, that these websites are going to have our actual ID, like your driving license or your passport. That's weird. People haven't, these ID are personal to you. They shouldn't have access of a copy of it. You don't even know who's having a copy of it. That's why I just did a face ID, because I thought I'm not uploading my passport just to show that I'm over 18. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot going on, and when we're sitting here thinking, why has that person got this? Maybe we just need to work on ourselves. Maybe we need to be prepared for what's to come, in terms of if you want to get a partner, I don't know, if you want a certain job, but just so you know, there's people researching you in order to take what's yours. Do you ever see people in jobs and you know that they're not passionate about the job? I'm not talking, okay guys, I am not talking about people that need money. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people that are greedy. They've already got a business and then they're like, right, let me work in this career. And you can tell there's no passion for it. Do you ever see when you talk to someone and like, oh yeah, I work as a nurse, and you're like, you don't even seem passionate about it. Are you just doing it just to take someone else's position? I'm talking about those people, the greedy people. And I'm not going to mention who those people are, but there's in the UK, right? In the UK, there are people taking over, right? And they're making sure that every ethnic group doesn't get a job in that business, right? And then they have all their family members working. They'll have all their family members working in there, and not even anybody else can work in there. I'm talking about people like that. There's no passion behind it. You're just literally just trying to make sure no one else can have anything, just so you can, right? I'm talking about selfish people. Tanya, don't you want a partner? I am like this now when it comes to partners. Today I'm feeling anti-man. I am feeling anti-men today. I don't hate men, but I'm just like, in terms of relationships, I'm just anti-men right now. Yes, AP, that's greedy. Yeah, there's a lot going on, AP. Oh, have a good night, official Ren. Thank you for trying to keep my live video alive. That was a tongue twister. This is where scammers might have feel. Oh yeah, scammers. I didn't think about that. Scammers get people's IDs. Oh my gosh, and you know like how websites like to sell people's data as well? They'll sell your ID on. That's crazy. We're owned by the state, basically, yes. Who's Starmer? I because you ain't anti-men. Today I feel like I am. I'm just like, men today. I'm just like, oh, yeah. So funny. Yeah, so hard to deliver the message on this video, but yeah, a lot of people are envying people, and you shouldn't envy. You should be grateful for what you've got. You should count your blessings. But as I said, the reason why Satan's children have everything is because they don't wait. They've got endless opportunities. When I say they've got endless opportunities, they don't. The reason why they don't wait, because they have to take away what somebody else is supposed to have. That's their mission, to steal people's mission, to steal people's path, or whatever you want to call it. Um, you know, and then when Satan hears you saying that you want a partner, he'll send somebody else your way, because Satan doesn't want you to meet that partner, the right one for you. So he'll send somebody else to make your life hell and to turn your life upside down, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm anti this, I'm anti that. Once an NHS budget goes on agency workers, I didn't know that, who can earn 4 or 5 times standard nurse. It's ridiculous and should be illegal. Yeah, that's wrong. Let me read that again. Once an NHS workers who can earn 4 times standard nurse. That's sad. Have you got your photo ID now anyway, Tanya? Just screenshot the live. Why have you screenshotted the live video? It's just me, the Prime Minister. Okay, so is that our Prime Minister? Guys, who's actually in charge of England? I don't even know who's at what political party is he in now. I don't even know. It's not Labour. What is it? Is it Conservative? I don't even know what's going on in the world, guys. This is so bad. I don't even watch the news anymore. Who the hell is Keir? Is it Keir? Who the hell is Keir Starter? Put you on my wall like the old days. Labour's in power. Labour's not in power. Is Labour really in power? So why is the cost of living so high then if Labour's in power? There's no way Labour's in power. Labour Starmer. So who's... I'm really confused. Keir Starmer. Who the hell's Stanner? I don't even know who's ruling England right now. I actually don't know. Oh my gosh, guys. Have I just been living under a rock? I remember we had Boris, and then we had Liz. Is it Liv? No, not Liz. Liv Trust. And who was that guy? What was his name now? Oh, what's that Asian guy's name? He was in power for a bit, wasn't he? And then I lost track after that. I'm really out of yeah, I am really out of touch with the world. I really am. I don't watch TV anymore. I don't know what's going on. AP goes, it's not a bad thing though. I'm literally on survival mode, so I'm trying to take care of me. That I don't even know what's going on. It makes no whatever the government does with this country, it kind of doesn't make a difference to me. Oh yes, Sunak. That's it, Sunak. I remember him. He was on for a short time, right? That's his name, Wanker. You just made me say this on my live video. I'm gonna Google him. I need to see what he looks like. I don't know what he looks like. Like, is Labour in power then? I feel like Labour's not in power. You got to unplug him from the Matrix anyway. I actually really don't know what's going on anymore. Guys, my shoulders. Why has no one told me that Labour's in power? So why the hell is cost of living so high? Because Labour usually help more. That makes no sense. Why is things going up if Labour's in power? Labour usually balances it out a bit. That makes no sense to me. I can't believe you just said that, Alex. That's weird. That is weird. Oh my god, my shoulders are like hurt. One sec, guys. And that's not AP's comment. And implement more control. It's just me. I can't believe you said that. You have to make... Okay, let's see. Cost of living. I really don't have it in me to be doing an OF content. That's just not me. It's really not me. Let me just check my message.